Suara Gracia FM, the sound of life. God saves the oppressed. Shalom, good evening keluarga Gracia. Meet me again with Audrey in English Time program on Monday, 25th of August 2025. Okay, how are you keluarga Gracia? It's already in the last Monday of this month. Time really flies. But I hope everyone is blessed. And today, of course, we will talk about a new topic, of course. But before that, let's say hi to Miss Twita. Hi, Miss Twita, how are you?
Hi, Miss Audrey. I'm fine. And
okay.
Now we are face to face.
Yes.
Gak miring-miring lagi.
Gak miring-miring lagi.
Baru ini nih. So keluarga Gracia, meja kami sekarang berhadapan.
Iya, berhadapan. Jadi gak perlu miring-miring atau sambil nengok-nengok karena ketutupan sesuatu.
Iya. Sekarang langsung ya. Seperti interview beneran.
Iya, beneran interview. Okay, Miss, do you believe that it's almost at the end of this month?
Iya.
And what do you think?
So, well, I just realized it this morning.
Okay.
Because when I counted, so today is 25, 26, and then Sunday will be the end of August. Sunday. And next Monday will be the 1st of September.
The 1st of September.
Can you imagine? It's already September next week.
Yes, it's already the 9th month of this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Time really flies so fast.
It's like already Monday again?
Yeah, already Monday again. Already make the script again?
Yes.
So every Sunday evening I ask my family, what is the viral one? What is the trend? The trending now.
Yeah, so how's your weekend or your last week?
Okay, so last week was a full week for me.
Okay.
Because I did so many things. So the first thing that I really liked doing last week was that I went to Garut with 12 other ladies. So we were 13 ladies. We went to Garut to visit the lake over there, Talaga Bodas, and it was very beautiful. Very beautiful because I like the nature. So and then after that we went to the Kebun Mawar. Situ Hapa. It is called Situ Hapa. And then after that we had lunch and then we went to the leather market. Pasar Kulit. Pasar Kulit. So we saw so many jackets, leather jackets, hats, shoes, etc. And also after that, what else? We went to the cafe shop and then at the end we went to the Pusat Oleh-oleh. Which is dodol.
Dodol, yeah, Garut,
dodol.
Of course.
So many kinds of dodol over there. So it was a fantastic trip for me. Seperti healing ya.
Yeah.
And I never expected that Garut was that beautiful.
Okay.
So there, I never thought that there were beautiful spots, natural spots like those things that we visited. Even though it was only 2 places that we visited, but we really enjoyed our time.
Okay.
So that is the first activity I really like doing.
The first, okay.
And then the second one that what is that? I think it was my mother's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, thank you. She's 86 years old. 86 years old. And she already forget so many things. And but she still remembers the names of her children, her grandchildren. But so many things. She even forgot that it was her birthday. Dia lupa ya. Why? Kenapa ada kue gitu? Kenapa harus tiup lilin? Well, it was your birthday. Masa. So you know how we kita meyakinkan dia ya. We convinced her by showing the Quran, the newspaper.
The newspaper.
Yeah, the newspaper. So her birthday was last Saturday. So we showed the newspaper which was on the table. So the newspaper on the table it means that is that day's newspaper.
Okay.
So we showed her. So today is 23 Agustus. So today is your birthday. Oh, really? How old I am? She asked herself.
But she doesn't remember the date. Of course,
she remembers the date of her birthday, but she didn't know that day was her birthday.
Okay.
And then she didn't realize that her age is already 86.
So maybe she feels young.
Maybe. So I had to open the calculator and then we counted 2025 minus 1939.
Yeah.
So your age is 86. And she was surprised herself. She was surprised and she was crying. She was. I mean, she was really touched.
Okay.
That God gave her 86. So she was covering her face with her hands, and then she was crying and then saying, God, bagaimana bisa saya 86 tahun sepanjang ini gitu ya. Banyak sekali berkat-berkat seperti itu. So she was touched by the grace of God that she is 86 years old.
Okay.
So we were also touched by her act like that. That is on Saturday. So she was with only 4 daughters and one of my daughters. But on Sunday we celebrated with the whole family.
Okay.
I mean the children, the sons-in-law, and then the grandchildren. So we were 13 people celebrated the birthday in her house. So we so what I have to tell you that in one family there should be one crazy person to make the ambience livelier. Harus ada satu orang bikin kegilaannya supaya
supaya nggak monoton.
Supaya nggak monoton. Harus ada juga orang yang mau foto-foto ya. And that was me. Banyak sekali fotonya ya in a video. You know why? Because that the photos will be the evidence for her that we did something with her on that day. Even on we showed the pictures on the Saturday bahwa kita sudah datang kok kemarin. Because on Sunday when we came, she shook my hand and then, well, long time no see.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, she forgot so many things. She forgot maybe it's already every second she forgets.
Okay.
She forgets the activities that she did every second. So when after she came to us and then she met us, for example in the living room, and then she went to the bedroom, and then when she came again to the living room, and then she asked, "Hey, you came!"
Okay.
Yeah, like that. That is the dementia people. Yeah. So. And then we just followed what she did. Yeah, I just came. How are you, Mom? Just like that.
Okay.
Just to make her happy.
Yeah.
And she remembered all her siblings who already in heaven. But she said, because she said, did my sister go somewhere? I say, we just say yes. We didn't say that her sister is in heaven. No, we didn't say that. Yeah. And then she replied, maybe she will come later. Yes, she will. We said that. Just to make her not to get sad.
Yeah.
Because that is the questions that she asks repeatedly. Berulang-ulang dia tanya kakaknya di mana. Nanti kalau kita bilang tiap kali dia tanya kita bilang di surga, dia sedih terus ya. Terus-terusan sedih. Udahlah, akhirnya kita bikin seperti itu. So that is about my days.
But the good thing was like she remembered the name.
Yeah, she remembers the name. And she, if she forgets, she tells us, don't mention. Just give me one letter.
She'll try.
One letter. So I said, my name is starts with D. D, and the end is A. Okay, it means the second. Wait. Oh yeah, Dwita. And then she mentioned my full name.
Okay.
I have 4 names, Miss Audrey. And she remembers that. Yesterday she talked a lot about when I was born. I was born in Merauke, Miss Audrey, with my sister. So both of us. And then she told everyone yesterday about our living in Merauke. And then especially about my sister, because my sister was already 3 years old at that time. So she has so many memories with that. Not with me, because I was still a baby at that time when we went back to Jakarta from Merauke. So, well, it was a wonderful week and weekend. And then last night, I went to Cirebon again, back to Cirebon by car with my elder daughter. So my eldest daughter. And then every week, Miss Audrey, 2 weeks ago, I took care of my youngest daughter. Last week, I took care of my second daughter. And this week, I take care of my first daughter. So every week, one daughter.
Because everyone needs a mom.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Mau nggak mau ya.
Nggak mau.
Gitu. Terus ini yang kecil juga udah mulai lagi. Oke deh, ada libur hari apa? Hari Kamis, Jumat libur. Oke, Mama kesana. Seperti itu.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a mom.
Yeah, that's mom. So I mean our trip last night was so cool, because Miss Audrey, during the driving that with my daughter, that is the best time for me to tell everything to her.
Yeah.
Can you imagine together 3 hours together?
Yeah.
So what should I say? So I say everything that I want to say to her. Giving advice, everything.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's like quality time.
Quality time. Seperti itu. So that's about me, Miss Audrey. How about you?
Okay, my weekend was I got a diarrhea, Miss.
Wow!
Since Thursday, actually. Yeah, Thursday afternoon.
What did you eat?
I think it was on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, I ate around 9 a.m. But I ate the lontong sayur with a thick coconut water, something like that.
Oh,
yeah. So it's like santannya itu sangat kental, kayaknya buket banget gitu loh, Miss, kuat banget, and spicy of course.
Oh, okay.
And then in the afternoon, I ate something like otak-otak, something like that, with the sauce.
Peanut sauce.
Not the peanut sauce. Otak-otak, kentang goreng, something like that.
Okay.
With the hot sauce.
Okay.
So it's like two different foods which like maybe I was not in a good condition.
Oh yeah. That's right.
That day I didn't feel anything. But on Thursday afternoon at class, I felt like mah.
Oh.
It's like it started to like what you call it? It's like it started to get sick.
Okay.
And after class, started to
go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, and after that, in the evening, my body, I felt like all of my body part was just sick, like
pain,
yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, so I just went to sleep early, really early, around 7 p.m. Yeah, and then I woke up at 10 p.m. And then after that, I went to bed again around 11:30 p.m. But in the morning, Friday morning, I felt better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the diarrhea just continue the whole day.
Wow, every hour?
No, not really actually. But if I ate something, even just a little bit, Then I went to the bathroom.
The stomach reacted.
Yeah.
I see. Wow. Did you take the medicine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I took the medicine and only on Friday because on Saturday morning actually I felt better than Friday. Then on Friday, so I stopped the medicine because I was afraid that it was it was like made me, I don't know, just stop. Went to the bathroom totally. So I stopped the medicine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on Friday, did you teach? Did you go to school? Oh.
Because I had to give the material for the test.
I see.
This week.
Oh, this week it test.
Yeah. So I went to teach on Friday. Even after that, I went to CSP with my friends. My friends just told me that Oot kalau sudah jalan-jalan sembuh.
And then you went there.
Yeah, I went there, but still, it's not like my usual.
Oh, okay.
Condition.
Oh, okay.
But it was okay. It's like, okay, maybe I need a healing time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I also remember my daughter, Miss Audrey, my second daughter last week. I sebenarnya waktu hari apa ya? Minggu lalu ya. Minggu lalu itu saya jemput dia dari rumah sakit ya. Karena dirawat di Jakarta. Jadi saya bawa pulang ke Cirebon karena dia dapat dispensasi 3 hari lah ya dari kantornya. Udah pemulihan aja. You know what? Dia makan kupat tahu kurang lebih ya,
kurang
Miss,
lebih.
ya. Dengan lontong sayur ya. Satu jurusan lah. Di Surabaya. Dan dia sedang dalam kondisi yang gak fit. Udah begitu dia diare, muntah ya di Surabaya. Terus dia pulang naik pesawat kan. Jadi dari bandara itu langsung ke rumah sakit di Jakarta. And then the doctor said there that you need to be hospitalized because the result of the blood test showed that ada ini, ada itu, ada ini, ada itu. And then finally she was declared to get the typhoid fever, demam tifus ya. Sudah, jadi dirawat hanya gara-gara kupat tahu. Bukan karena kecapean ya, kan tifus ada yang kecapean, ada yang karena makanan. Jadi ini karena makanan. So you are lucky, Miss Audrey. Bukan demam tifus ya, just diarrhea ya. Ya itu kondisinya masih lebih kuat ya. Tapi biasanya yang terserang diare itu yang memang sedang kondisi kurang baik ya.
Iya, kurang baik. Tanpa kita sadari sih mungkin ya.
Iya. Okay, so that's why my husband always tell me if we go somewhere and then kita di luar kota mau makan, lebih baik makan yang dimasak dan panas.
Betul.
Yang dimasak saat itu. Apa dong? Ya udah pasti Chinese food.
Iya.
Gitu. Jadi selalu itu yang dia cari. Kalau even when we went to Korea, he tried to find out.
It's like the safest food ya, Miss.
Safest food. When we went somewhere in America juga carinya Chinese food. Are you crazy? I said. That is the safest food. He said. Supaya kita nggak terkena penyakit. Seperti itu. Gitu deh. Ya, semoga sudah baik ya, Miss Audrey hari ini.
Better lah hari ini. Okay, keluarga Gracia. It's all about our weekend. But before we continue, let's hear some songs and the following advertisement. We'll be right back. Okay, keluarga Gracia, back again with us in English Time program. So after we talk about our weekend, now we will talk about the trending. Okay, please, Miss Rita.
Okay, so the title of the lesson tonight is about Go Freshmen Go.
Yay!
It's about orientation week.
Yes.
Ya, ospek nih ya di kampus karena minggu-minggu ini lagi hype banget ya.
Yeah.
Jadi Jadi di Instagram itu ya Miss Audrey, sekali ngelihat satu ospek itu muncul
terus yang begitu.
Jadi malah jadi tahu di sana lagi ini lagi.
Iya.
Luar biasa di berbagai kota rupanya ini lagi ada.
Iya, memang masa-masanya.
Iya. Lagi seru-seru banget gitu ya.
Betul.
And then these days I can compare two universities. My daughter's university and the other one in Jatinangor ya, karena mereka berdekatan dan gantian mereka ospeknya. Dan kebetulan saya ada dalam satu grup dengan dua kampus itu. Jadinya bisa compare gitu ya, bisa membandingkan dan bisa melihat kehebohan-kehebohan yang luar biasa. Okay, Miss Audrey, let's have the conversation. Yeah, so it's about orientation week.
Yes.
Hello listeners, welcome back to English Time. It's orientation season. New students are arriving and campuses all across Indonesia are buzzing.
Yes, it's that magical week when thousands of freshmen officially begin their university journey. And the names, oh boy, every campus has its own flavor.
Yeah, University of Indonesia calls it Ospek, UGM calls it PKKMB, some use Pionir, Unpad has Prabu, which sounds like a music festival.
Yes.
And UPI uses Mokaku. But no matter the name, it's always exciting.
Yeah, live at Prabu 2025. Featuring thousands of cheering freshmen.
Yeah. In Prabu, there were 9,600.
Wow.
9,600 mahasiswa baru. Crazy, right?
Crazy.
Okay, Rockstar, let's get serious. What do freshmen actually do during orientation week?
First up, the basics. Freshmen register, take health checks, get their student ID and alma mater jacket. That's like getting your superhero costume, instant power boost.
Yeah. Then come to the campus tours, finding lecture halls, libraries, labs, and yes, the most important place, the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Because food is priority number one.
Yes, because everyone knows survival in college begins with cheap rice and iced tea.
Yeah.
Every freshman must master the art of finding cheap coffee spots near campus.
True. Then there are the formal seasons, introduction to the academic system, library training, even how to use the online class portal. Sounds boring, but trust me, every senior has a story about getting lost in the system on their first semester. Even talks on mental health and time management. Very useful stuff.
And to balance the serious stuff, there are icebreakers, games, cheers, funny challenges, like building the lanterns with ice cream sticks or the legendary faculty chants that make you lose your voice by day 2.
Yeah, faculty chants itu seperti yell-yell ya.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, and some faculties even hold creative parades where freshmen dress up in costumes representing their study program. Imagine hundreds of engineering students wearing helmets made out of cardboard. Picture thousands of freshmen shouting their faculty slogan in sync. It's a goosebumps moment.
Meanwhile, the student club fair is another highlight. You walk through rows of booths, sports teams, debate societies, arts clubs, volunteer groups. It's like a carnival of possibilities.
And you know what? That's where many students find their second family. I joined my media club during orientation and look, here I am now broadcasting on a radio show.
See? Proof that orientation week shapes your future. Oh, and don't forget workshops, leadership, public speaking, mental health awareness, even social projects. Some universities send freshmen out for community service during orientation. It's like a mini field trip to connect with the local community.
Yeah, and at night, some campuses hold art performances, movie screenings, or acoustics nights. It's not just about studying, it's about celebrating campus culture.
And finally, the big finale, the closing ceremony.
Yeah.
Thousands of freshmen in one field, chanting together, waving flags, maybe forming a giant human mosaic. And then, drum roll, the official wearing of the alma mater jacket for the very first time.
Yeah, that moment really gives you chills.
Yeah.
You look around and suddenly you realize, wow, I am part of something big. Felt like I was officially part of the family.
So listeners, whether it's called Ospek, PKKMB, Pionir, Prabu, or Mokaku, the goal is the same. Helping freshmen step into a whole new world.
Yeah, making friends, finding patience, and starting the best adventure of their life, university.
Good luck, freshmen. Enjoy the ride.
Okay. So, Miss Audrey, do you still remember the first time you were as a freshman in the university?
Yes. Actually, Miss, yesterday I watched a movie. It's called My Oxford Year.
Wow.
It's like she went to the Oxford because it was like her dream.
Oh, okay.
So when I saw that movie, it's like a flashback.
Okay. To your life there.
Yes. So yeah, I still can remember that time. The first.
Did you also have the alma mater jacket?
No.
Oh no.
There no.
Oh.
But I have their jacket.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
because we could buy there.
Oh, but there is no alma mater jacket actually. Oh, just the jacket University of Toronto or what? Oh, I see. Okay. Maybe it is only in Indonesia.
Yeah, I think.
Jaket alma mater tuh ya. Wah. Kalau pakai kuning, wah kebanggaan gitu ya. Pakai hijau, biru.
Iya, ada masing-masingnya dengan logonya.
Yeah, I think it is only in Indonesia ya. Alma mater jacket. Yeah, I asked my husband, he didn't have the one when he studied abroad. Dia juga nggak punya ya.
Iya.
Tapi tinggal beli di University Corp ya.
Bookstore University, they sold that.
And everybody can buy that, right?
Yeah.
Nggak hanya mahasiswa ya.
Everyone can buy that.
Jadi memang bukan karena dia mahasiswa dia punya jaket alma mater ya. I see. Okay. Did you also have the ospek like in Indonesia?
No.
Wow. I experienced twice, Miss Audrey.
Okay.
Yeah, because I went to two universities. And the first, after I graduated high school, I went to the private university. Semua isinya perempuan tuh.
Okay.
And then itu juga karena perempuan semua ada keseruan tersendiri lah, gitu ya. Suruh bawa roti yang mereknya ini, gitu ya. Terus tapi saat itu udah nggak dikuncir-kuncir tuh.
Oke.
Yang saat ini juga saya lihat
kayaknya udah
nggak ada lagi yang pakai gitu-gitu, udah nggak ada. Kemudian the following year saya masuk kampus yang negeri ya. Itu campur tuh perempuan sama laki-laki gitu ya. Beda banget gitu, perasaan jadi beda banget ya. Udah setahun kuliah di tempat yang perempuan semua gitu. Dan di situ masih dikuncir. Dikuncir gitu, tapi bukan banyak 5, enggak 2. Tapi harus ada pitanya gitu. It was very funny. But these days in my daughter's campus, Miss Audrey, itu tertib banget. Malahan yang punya penyakit kalau parah taruh pita kuning, kasih peniti di sebelah kiri ya, di lengan kiri. Kalau kamu sehat-sehat, pitanya warna hijau. Kalau kamu penyakitnya harus minum obat, kamu pitanya warna yang lain. Seperti itu. Jadi kan netizen galak ya. Jadi kayaknya mereka juga nggak mau disalah-salahin kalau terjadi sesuatu. Walaupun ini mahasiswa sudah pada besar-besar, bisa saja terjadi dan orang tuanya ngamuk ya. Nah, jadi untuk menghindari itu kayaknya gitu. Jadi kalau kita melihat itu semua kayaknya getting better sekarang, Miss Audrey, ospek itu. Seperti itu.
Sudah nggak kayak dulu lagi ya.
Iya.
Dengar ceritanya Mami tuh
luar biasa ya.
Luar biasa.
Iya ya, apalagi zaman-zaman yang tahun berapa, 60-an kali ya. 60s,
Yes, 60s. No, 60s. It's already like 70s, I think.
Early 70s ya.
Yeah.
Ya, mungkin juga galak-galak juga kali ya.
Iya. Suruh masuk, kalau ceritanya tuh suruh masuk ke got gelap gitu ya.
Wow. Terus my daughter karena dia di medicine faculty, itu jauh lebih berat dari fakulti yang lain. Tugasnya di fakulti dia tuh 12 tugas. Fakultas yang lain tuh cuma 5.
Fakultas itu dilatih mental itu kan.
Masuknya jam 4.30 pagi. Fakultas lain tuh jam 6. Jadi dia udah mulai dibiasakan. Nanti kamu kalau udah jadi dokter tuh pagi-pagi tugasnya banyak gitu. Wah, luar biasa. Aduh.
Jadi bangun jam berapa, Miss?
Jam 3:30 pagi. At that time I was there ya, karena dia nggak bisa bangun pagi. Jadi waktu last week itu saya langsung meluncur balik lagi ke sana karena dia telat bangun ya waktu itu. Dia nggak bisa bangun, jadi cepat-cepat saya meluncur ke Jatinangor hanya untuk temani dia untuk yang ospek fakultas.
Iya.
Kalau ospek yang universitas nggak terlalu berat, tapi ospek fakultas itu jauh lebih berat. Jadi saya temani sampai 2 hari, kemudian jadi bangunnya 3:30. Sekali waktu hujan. Jadi dia bilang, it's very cold, I don't want to go by motorcycle. Oke deh, akhirnya dia anter ya. Padahal saya males banget ya buka pintu segala gitu-gitu ya. Ya oke lah gitu, kasihan juga. Gitu, jalan kaki sih bisa, cuman dingin banget. Seperti itu deh.
Okay, Keluarga Gracia, that's our conversation about the trending. Before we continue, let's hear some songs and we'll be right back. Okay, back again with us in English Time program. After we talk about our weekend and the trending, now we will talk about daily conversation. How to answer or what's the answer? Please, Miss Dita.
Okay, since we talked about the campus life, so the 4 years of undergraduate education, so we have 4 names here, ya.
Yes.
Okay, usually untuk ambil S1 itu 4 tahun ya Miss Audrey. Jadi tahun pertama, kedua, ketiga, keempat itu ada sebutannya nih untuk mahasiswanya gitu. So here is the how do you call the mahasiswa, the university students from first year, second year, third year, and 4 year. Okay, the first one is freshman year. And someone in their first year is a freshman. You might sometimes hear this shortened to frosh, F-R-O-S-H. Freshman or frosh.
Yes.
Okay. Sodri?
Okay, the second year is sophomore year. And someone in their second year is a sophomore. Sometimes sophomore is shortened to soph. S-O-P-H.
Yeah. Lucu ya?
Yeah.
And then number 3 is junior year. And someone in their third year, tahun ketiga, is a junior. Junior can be abbreviated as JR in writing.
Yeah. And number 4, senior year. And someone in their fourth year is a senior. Senior can be abbreviated as SR in writing.
Yeah. Did you also do that, Miss Audrey?
Yes,
in university?
I think,
Oh, okay. Okay, so these same terms apply in the same way to the 4 years of standard high school. 9th grade is freshman year, 10th grade sophomore year, 11th grade junior year, and 12th grade senior year. In Cirebon, Miss Audrey itu kalau kelas 9 itu dibilangnya S3. And then ke kelas 10 itu S4 yang international ya. Nanti kelas 11 itu dibilangnya Junior College 1, JC1. And then kelas 12 itu JC2, Junior College 2. Okay, but these same words are not used to describe the years of graduate school. Graduate school itu lagi pursuing S2 gitu ya, lagi mau ambil S2. Years of graduate school are often just referred to by number. For example, I'm in my first year or I'm a first year. Some types of graduate school may have other ways of delineating years as well. The 3 years of law school can be referred to as 1L, 2L, and 3L.
Okay.
And medical school is often broken up into preclinical, the first 2 years, and clinical, the second 2 years, which are followed by an internship and residency. It takes a long time to become a doctor.
Yes.
Oh, wow. 10 tahun kali ya.
Yeah.
8 sampai 10 tahun.
Okay.
Baru jadi dapat titel dokter.
Aduh.
Belum spesialis.
Nah.
Go freshman girls.
Go.
Semangat.
Yeah, your journey just begins.
Yeah, your journey just begins.
Okay, it's all about tonight. Before we leave, never stop learning. There is always one more thing to learn. Thank you for joining us. See you next week. God bless you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.